Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsyre69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to look at this tier 10 medium tank, this fantastic tier 10 medium tank, the Progetto 65. One of, to be fair, even now, like one of the best auto reloading tanks in the game, standard. It is brilliant. When played correctly, it really is a brilliant tank. Of course, as I've said, it is an auto reloader, so you reload one shell at each time. Rather than reloading your whole magazine together, you are reloading one shell at a time. Now, of course, recently, Wargaming have been giving paint jobs to a lot of tanks. Some of them are in fact very, very overpriced. Tier 10 tanks, sometimes some of them you are looking at sort of around 6,000 gold. So I do think it is a little bit overpriced. However, with some camos or some paints, we have been getting offers, to be fair. We've been getting recent offers, so the pop-up offers. The pop-up, I forgot to screenshot it, to be fair, but the pop-up offer screen is brilliant. I love the look of the new pop-up offer screen when it comes to camouflages, at least. And this camouflage was one of them where it gives you an offer. So in fact, I got it for just 3,000 gold, which I don't think is that bad, considering that's half price. 3,000 gold for a tier 10 camo, I don't think is bad at all. So of course this tank, it does have the gladiator camo already, the legendary camouflage, but yeah, this new one, the Maestro, I do prefer this one. It looks more realistic, and yeah, I just think it looks a lot better than the other one. So yeah, I love Wargaming doing this. I love Wargaming putting camouflages up that actually look really, really good and that look real. You know, like the grill camouflage. Still, my favorite camouflage to date is that camouflage. So hopefully we do see more of those camos coming into the game soon. So the Progetti Spaghetti, or Progetto, Spaghetto, whatever you wanna, however you wanna say it. Is it worth grinding? Now, straight off the bat, the whole line for this tank is actually a really enjoyable line. The standard be there at tier 9. Even now, after a few years, is still one of the best tier 9 medium tanks in the entire game. The tier 8 is pretty good, and then obviously the lower you go, the lower tiers, the worse they become, pretty much. But yeah, the end of the line, the Progetto 65. Armor wise, doesn't have much armor, but yeah, you can actually get some troll bounces on that turret. You can't rely on the armor, of course. It's not a tank that you can actively rely on that armor like something like an E50M. Yeah, it doesn't have that kind of armor, but it just has some weaknesses, or it has some strengths to it, depending on your angles if you're moving. But yeah, overall you can't really rely on the armor. 120 millimeters on your turret is the best you're going to get it. Standard, of course, if you wiggle, you use gun depression, then yeah, you can get that a little bit higher. So the DPM, of course, is on the lower side of mediums, 2,515. But yeah, we've got to remember it is an auto reloader. So if you use it as sort of a single shotgun, then your DPM will increase. You only use the 3 shells when like if you really, really need it. Of course, I always say, if you've got a shot to take it, especially on an auto reloader like this, the standard B, etc. If you've got a mega long reload, like the reserve shell reload, then yeah, you need to try and not shoot that last shell by all means, unless 100% you have to, if you can take a kill or anything like that, or put a tank down to a one shot for your team to kill them. But with something like the Progetto, it doesn't matter too much if you do use all 3 shells. So you've got a 3-second intra clip as well between each shell. Your reload for your first shell is 7.70, second shell 6.34, and then your third shell 4. So basically 5 seconds. So if you have all 3 shells reloaded, you've got a 5-second reload, but you've got to add that 3 seconds intra clip to that. So you've pretty much got an 8-second reload if you use it as a single shot gun. You've got 3 shells in your magazine. Penetration is 257 on your AP, 325 on your heat. Now, it is an auto loader, auto reloader. So I am running it with calibrated shells just to up that penetration. You have 350 alpha on your AP, 300 on your heat, and 400 on your HE. Aim time could be better, to be fair, at 3.5, but the gun dispersion isn't too bad at 0.301. Not too bad at all. And you have a very, very nice and respectable 9 degrees of gun depression, with a top speed of 58 kilometers per hour. So overall, honestly, like, it really is a good tank. It's one of the best mediums in the game, period. It is a brilliant tier 10 medium tank with a good line. You know, it's sometimes you get these good tier 10s that it is so hard to grind because the lines to leading up to the tier 10 are really, really poor, especially sort of the lower end of the tiers. Most tier 8s, some tier 8s, most tier 9s are, you can cope with them. But this one, like, it's an enjoyable line, and it's not one of those that you think, right, I need to use 3 XP because I want to get this tank really, really quickly. I don't want to grind it because it really isn't worth grinding. But yeah, this isn't that. You know, it's got a good line to grind, and you can enjoy leading, although a majority of the tanks leading up to this tank. And then at the end of it, you do get a very, very good tier 10 medium tank that now with this camouflage looks absolutely amazing. So you can see the Progetto 65 on the enemy team there, and you can see when he's in a hold down position, yeah, you got the cheeks that are really, really weak, but you do have that gun mantlet, and if you are moving your turret side to side, it does become a lot harder to penetrate, believe it or not. You wouldn't think of it looking at the armor, but yeah, it does become quite difficult to penetrate. So we're going to just bully this 121B. He decided to make a move, doesn't pay off for him, and he is going to die. There we go. And then as soon as he dies, the Leopard 1 makes his move. Well, the 121B not quite dead at the moment, but he's run off, leaving now this Leopard 1 on his own. But there we go. There's the 121B now gone. So we did try getting, I mean, that was a failed HE shot. I don't even know why I went for the HE shot there. But we do become very lucky at the moment. It's a 7 versus 4, and of course we do find E5. So very nice hit points there. However, I am going to share the hit points. But because he's AFK, I want to reload all 3 shells. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here reloading while that STB is just farming damage. And then here comes the TVP as well. So I managed to get a magazine. I mean, out of 2,400 hit points there, at least I managed to get the 3 shots out. And here comes the Death Star. So 1 shot reloaded, and I only want to reload that 1 shell to get that kill. So them kind of situations, then yeah, I wouldn't wait for the reload. However, this kind of situation where I'm now going to come up against a 60 TP, I want to get there fully reloaded. However, I decide to ignore the 60 TP for now, just to go for the 1-shot T57. And then as I'm going up to the 60 TP, I'm just going to wait just a little bit. Yes, I'm going to get shot, but again, at this point, I should have reloaded the shell, actually. I don't quite know why I didn't. I think I just shot before I was supposed to. But yeah, we're going to have 1 more shell there, and we do get the kill. So yes, there was an AFK, but it was such an easy 4,200 damage. Like, really, really easy. We managed to pump up that damage very, very easily. But yeah, overall, still one of the best, in my opinion, tier 10 medium tanks in the game. And you know, the DPM, even though it is low, it really does not affect this tank as well. And thanks to Wargaming for giving it the new legendary camouflage, because in my opinion it is much better than the other camouflage, and yeah, it just looks much, much nicer. So let me know your thoughts on the Progetto 65. Is it a tank that you really, really love, or is it a tank that you're wanting to grind? Because if you are wanting to grind it, go for it. It is a brilliant tank. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye. With